Ladies and gentlemen, uh, it is irreconcilable great changes, ouch, and great differences. Oh my goodness. It is your boy OG Big Sam, Mad Money with the OG. And we gonna, get into these draft things and whatnot. We're gonna talk about what are the possible impact on the defense from the draft. And yeah, we gonna jump on to everybody's topic this morning in the elephant in the room, and you know what I'm saying, and you know, Michael Jr. You know what I'm saying, but hey, ain't that nice? Ain't that nice? Oh, Sherman Wood in the pole position. Well, you stay you stay on the 500, don't you? Shit, Maurice Martin. Hey, Sonya. Hey, Auntie. It may be some friends to come in. You know what I'm saying? But hey, let's get into it. Number two overall pick. From Clemson. Uh, I think he's going to be an impact piece early. I think Zion, our last overall pick, is going to be a contributor as well. I think the young kid, the young boy, the linebacker from Notre Dame, um, is going to pay dividends in the linebacker room. Um, it's going to be interesting and fruitful when it comes to this defense. Um, I think that they went in and they got their guys, for the specific talents that they were looking for. I think they hit, um, across the board, but defensively, I think I think they hit home with what they were looking for and what they wanted to use. For like I said, for specific talents, and specific usages. Um, we're definitely going to be physical. That is a guarantee there. There's a guarantee. You know, from what I saw, saying come off the draft board for the Atlanta Falcons. Yeah, yeah, Jamarius. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. Just give it a little bit. I'm going through the appetizers. Okay, all right. I know that's what most of y'all want to talk about. We'll get there. We'll get there. Um, Maurice Martin, what's good? Uh, and Maurice said Grady Jarrett finally got some help. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Fisk, Bartu, Aurora, Zion. I think we came out a lot bigger. I think we came out a lot more versatile. I think we came out with some depth. I think we came out with some possible day one uh activation out of this draft. And I'm speaking on the defensive side of the ball. As y'all can see, I know y'all just got through, big, raw, and true himself, over a little while ago. He slid to the next studio, and slid on in him. Y'all know who he is. You can't miss him.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Hey man, hey, let's get it, man. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Had a big weekend.
Yeah. I was just, speaking on, what I'm saying, the defensive guys and the linebacker from Notre Dame. I think he's gonna make the linebacker room very versatile. Um, that young man, he has some lateral speed, he has some quickness, and he has some good read and react skills. And I think for how Raheem likes to operate and how in understanding what Lake is about is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see these pieces fall into place on this defense.
We'll see the thing about it is, like I said on my show earlier, you got a couple of guys up there on the interior that's long in the tooth. You got Grady Jarrett, David Onyemata. Grady's a little older than David, and you got to have a backup. You got to have a move on plan for when those guys ride off into the sunset. And this year's draft, along with what we had coming back, is just pretty much keeping us. Look, you gotta stay. In order to stay relevant, you got to stay prepared. You know what I mean. You got to stay prepared. You can't allow comfort to set in, and you gotta have the pieces moving forward. I'm not like I said, I'm not a big draft guy, but based on what I'm hearing, we really covered some needs. I know a lot of people was looking for a corner.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think that's pretty much telling us that they're going to probably try to look forward to keeping AJ, which is a good thing.
Yeah, that's got to be the move. I think we're gonna run it back with AJ, Alford, Clark. I'm hearing Mike Hughes, and people are probably turning their face, but Mike Hughes, who has ties to, what I'm saying, Raheem, and he's a Jerry Gray guy. Okay, so that's pretty much that on that. And then you got Abernathy and Hitman, what I'm saying, with Bates back there. So I'm
who is Kevin King? I see Georgia boy talking about Kevin King. I don't know much about a lot of these guys, y'all. I had to listen to my backup on that.
Yeah. And then Terry has been the undrafted free agent pool king, if you will. We're finding, what I'm saying, find little nuggets, what I'm saying, in the undrafted free agent pool. So I mean, they're not through, pulling pieces in quite yet, but it's looking like a pretty good recipe. I think that, well,
okay, played for Lake at Washington and under Gray with Green Bay. Okay, see that's
right.
another thing. See that's another thing. Familiarity. Coaches going to go with guys that they know. You got to think about it because like last year when we had Ryan Nielsen in here, along with Terry Fontenot coming from New Orleans, so you got Ryan Nielsen coming in here, and we brought in about 3, maybe 4 guys off that Saints defense, and they all produced. So,
right.
When people know your system, see, like we always talk about Madden GMs. Honestly, me and Sam can back me up on this. If you're a Madden guy, go. Hey, I know everybody like to play Madden. Do the GM mode, and hey, listen. once I started doing the GM mode on Madden, I have a newfound respect for GMs. Cause boy, I think, uh, uh, um, um, I started over probably about once the shit get up into 2035, I started over. And like, I remember one time I did a GM mode and I went like 13 years and still didn't see a playoffs. Like, like for real. Like I was changing head coaches, changing coordinators and shit, and trying to get the right scheme for the player. That shit hard, man.
Oh yeah, that's what I love about the franchise. That's what I love about the franchise mode. That's why you hear me say all the time. A lot of you can tell with all these cats out here playing Madden with the trade restrictions off from the salary cap off, and you know what I'm saying, on rookie level.
The only thing
Out here, you know what I'm saying, wanting to create these, you know what I'm saying, fantasy super teams.
Only cheating I do, and Sam, I got on me, fans. The only cheating I do, goddamn, I'll take that goddamn trade deadline off. Cause goddamn, listen, goddamn, I want a motherfucker about it. I want a motherfucker about it. I get his ass up out of there. That's the whole thing. But everything else, all right though.
You damn Scrooge running the team. Well, I see the senator has eased on into the barbecue pit. So
we see the senator Palpatine.
With that being said, I'm going to move to.
I got Michael. You get the senator. Hello, Senator.
Hello, Morris.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Wow. He on his Morris shit right now, y'all.
Yeah, he is.
Wow. Maybe because I took a bath this morning. I took one of my 3 baths for the week this morning.
This man here, man. See?
Right.
Oh, he's on that Morris shit today.
Right. But all in all, we come out of this draft defensively. I think we come out of this draft bigger. We came out of this draft bigger. I think we caught a gem. We found a gem our last pick in the draft. I really do. I have real strong intuition about Big Zion. I really do. I really do. I think he's going to be an impact.
I mean, this is one of the main reasons why I don't like to give draft grade, because we like to grade each player individually. This is not baseball where you in the picture of dueling on, and it's not boxing where you just got to worry about one opponent. Like this is it's how every piece plays together, and that's why I threw mine out there, but like I don't like to give predictions as far as this grade is concerned, because we don't know what these guys, the packages they're going to be used in certain situations. Like I just don't. I don't like it personally. It's easy to look at a guy and say, man, why the hell you get JD when you got 3 linebackers already? It's like it's when you look at things like that, that's when you tend to kind of get frustrated.
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's just because I saw him, you know what I'm saying, play, and whatnot. It's just to feel, and then him being drafted here, and it's a good situation too. So I mean, I think it's some good shit gonna turn out from that young man. Yeah, a lot of people are up in arms about our number 2 pick. I mean,
it's because they don't watch it.
Right.
Like y'all don't watch it. The first thing that I kept saying for most fans, and even it's like, why did you get that? Like again, you're assuming that he's like, this is not baseball. if Root plays against Omanyala, he plays against Grady, he plays next to these guys, obviously he's gonna see a lot of one-on-one opportunities. So it's like stop looking at these guys as individuals because this is a 7-man front. The 7-man front has to win, not that one-on-one guy. Grady's going to command attention. Omiyad is going to command attention. All those guys are going to command attention. All Rook has to do is do his freaking job. I
Yeah.
mean, anybody know Lakeil London? Like that guy came out of absolute nowhere. Nobody would have thought he would have played the way he played last year. Like this is a perfect example of looking at a guy and thinking he's gonna be trash, and then you see him in the absence of Grady Jarrett, he played well. So it's like we got to stop assuming because God isn't high on the draft board that he's going to be trash. Puka Nacua is a perfect example of that. He was drafted in the fifth, sixth round, and he ended up being one of the better wide receivers in the draft. We see this all the time. Quite a few
Yeah.
guys.
Mm-hmm. uh, what do you, Mike? What do you think of interesting take and perspective on this year's draft by Mr. Martin Jr. over here?
Draft to me seems as if the Falcons treated this year as a future insurance policy. Move to me was calculated. They got younger in the trenches defensively.
Hmm.
I mean,
I mean,
this is
you're
the thing.
naturally doing that in most cases anyway. I
You're
mean,
doing
you're
that
not.
anyway. I mean,
Yeah.
the thing is, the draft is not neither. It's neither future or solely future or the present. The thing is, you drafting guys that's going to have an impact anyway this year. Some guys are going to receive more playing time. So it's not even the fact that it's about the future. Like the thing, even with Michael Penix, I say is and I went in detail in the video that I'm gonna drop about 1 o'clock after this show. And that's the short term and the long term. Michael Penix
Right.
is the short term and the long term. Root Aurora Roll is a guy that you're going to see in the present and the future. Some guys are going to have more snaps than others, but you're going to see these guys. So I don't look at the drafts. That's why I say I don't have a prediction because some guy may get hurt, some guy may not be who we thought they were, and then he loses favor like Ogum Deji. I thought Ogum Deji was going to be a lot better and be a lot, but he ended up getting hurt and he lost favor, so we didn't see him anymore. And then we got uh a guy like Nate Landman who came literally out of nowhere. People that so you just never can predict what's going to happen. So um I think the Falcons is just they field holes. That's what you're supposed to do as a general manager is field holes and create depth for every. And I think if you're looking at the Falcons for a depth standpoint rather than a grade on players or how good this player can be, I look at these guys in depth pieces, and the Falcons have more depth and more opportunities to, you know, plug and place guys.
Right. Georgia Texas boy says Rook was the best pass rushing DT not
Yeah,
named Byron Murphy.
yeah, 55 since 2022. This man, and this is why I say it's like y'all gotta stop looking at these names, man. Nobody would have said Braylon Trice was had more pressure than Latu, but everybody was all on Latu job. Nobody would have thought that Ruka Rororo was a guy that ended up with 53 pressures, and that's fourth in the ACC since 2022. That's fourth. So it's only three guys in all of the SEC, ACC that was better than him. So the dude is a player. And this is why I'm saying stop looking at these names and start focusing on skills. The dude is a hell of a player. It don't matter what you think, it don't matter what we think. Can this guy get on the field and play? And yes, he can.
And here's what else that you have to think about, okay? Understand something, all you professional armchair, sofa cushion GMs and coaches, if you will. Um, if you were as good as you think you are in your mind at this particular job, you would be on a professional team doing as such. You know, and what you have to also have in mind is that when you're in your process of constructing, building, bringing in pieces and parts, you're bringing in what you're doing according to your scheme, according to your formula.
Mm-hmm. That's
Okay.
your
They
formula.
went in there and they found their guys that had the specific skill set that they were looking for to do a particular job.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And it doesn't matter what you think about how we got to getting that guy. It was their guy.
And be honest, do we really know what Raheem is going to do defensively? No, we really don't know. So we're assuming based on what we saw last year, it's going to be similar or it's going to be the same. It's going to be similar, but he's going to impart his plan on what he wants to do up front, and that's the thing we gotta take into account. The thing with the Falcons have that a lot of teams don't have, they have the ability to experiment because you have great corners, you have a damn good secondary. So anything that they do up front, these guys are gonna end up these guys are gonna end up being able to experiment a lot more and take chances. You can take
Mm-hmm.
chances when you have great secondary. You can experiment when you have a great corners. You can experiment when you have a great safety like Jesse Bates. You can experiment with it.
Right. Yeah. You know, it is amazing how, this process turned out to this point. And, you know, from free agency to now, um, in having somewhat of the best of both worlds. You have a veteran quarterback that can help you contend, and you have your future quarterback in the stable that can learn in the wider process of you contending and what I'm saying, trying to build what I'm saying, a continual contender. But with this fan base, sadly, Vickittis is real. It is real. Now, a lot of y'all have to take into consideration that, what I'm saying, no one stepped up to our asking price for that eighth pick. One. Number two, there were no defensive individuals that was graded high enough to justify being taken at eight.
And that's something that they
So,
stated even during the I was watching ESPN, and that's something that a lot of guys like Adam Schefter, Mel Kiper, and all those guys, they didn't grade as high defensively
mm-mm.
to justify taking him in the top 10. And I've been
Right.
saying that for quite some time. None of these guys blow me
Hmm.
away defensively.
Yeah. And so you find yourself in a position, all right, we best player available. We could have went old lineman, interior lineman. We could have. Um, I don't think we would have missed there either. But you were able to reach in and get your quarterback of the future.
I mean, that
It's
right there,
just
that's the question. And like I said, I answer that. But like I said, my thing is, if the the Falcons have to bank defensively, they have to step up defensively in order to make that pick look well. If they for any reason go backwards, then that Michael Penix pick just doesn't look well at all. And then one, if Kirk Cousins plays bad, that pick look even crazier. So the Falcons at this point, they're banking on the fact that they know what they're doing defensively, which is a good thing. You always want to have confidence in yourself, um, and your abilities. And to this point, the Falcons have done a great job of building their defense. So I know a lot of people say, "All right, why are we focused on the negative?" As a leader, as a coach, a operator of a business, you have to think about the what ifs. What if this happened? What if that happens? What if this guy isn't here? What if that guy isn't there? Like you have to take all those things into account. And then, like you said, it has to make, and that's one of the things for me that I've stated, even with Kirk Cousins, why like I'm just not willing to give a guy that much money. One with question marks, and two, um, you spend that amount of money and then spend another, a buku's amount of money for a young quarterback in a spot. Like I said, those are good, those are bad. This season, we'll figure out what's going to happen. Now, the great thing about this, with having both quarterbacks, man, this could really blow up into the Falcons' favor. That meaning, if Kirk Cousins come out and he just absolutely goes, you know, bonkers. I mean, the dude 300-400 yards in the first 5-6 games of the
hmm
season. It could very well look well. Now you looking at this situation, we're like, yeah, he has an MVP type of season this year, and then the Falcons in the position where like, look, this man, his stock is through the roof right now. Should we trade Kirk Cousins after this year? And the answer is yes. So you built the defense properly. You got the defense to play well. And then one, if you decide to trade Kirk Cousins, you can get at least a third, at the very least, you can get a third round pick, and then you can start the Mike Penix era. So those are some good and the
but I
bad.
mean,
But a lot of
so
people
why, I mean,
they don't care about that.
why not? No pun intended. Why not let Dirty Kirk finish his story in Atlanta?
I mean that's I don't think that's the case, Sam. I really just don't think it. It's not possible. It's not possible for the media. It's not possible for the fans. The fans are not going to want to see Michael Penix sitting on the bench for 4 years. That this is not happening.
No, I'm not talking about for 4 years. I think his story is gonna be legit too.
I mean that's the case too. I don't think it's
I
going to
mean,
be two
you know what I'm
years.
saying? It's especially if it goes the way I see it portrayed. You know what I'm saying? Goes. I,
I mean the thing is, the reality of things is that fans are not going to be that patient to be sitting Michael Penix for 2 years. Fans ain't going to want to hear that. Especially, it's not like Green Bay where they are used to them doing things a certain way. Fans are not going to want to see Kirk Cousins for 2 years. Unless he wins a Super Bowl, that's the only way I see that happening. I really do not believe. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't
mm,
believe fans are going to want to see Mike Penix sitting. Nor do I think Mike Penix is going to want to sit for 2 years.
all right. Maurice Martin with the $5 super chat says, I for one am happy with them addressing the pass rush and defensive line. So overall, I was happy with the draft, especially on D line. I'm glad Grady got help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My sentiment for big picture wise. That was my sentiment as well. Um, Honestly, I think we checked all the boxes with this off season. I think we're in a very lucrative position, as far as going forward and succeeding. Um, and I think as far as like the other parts of the foundation, I think that this is just the first step in the Morris campaign. The first step in this off season. I think is next off season is probably going to be a, a set of different, maybe even better circumstances. But from this point, I haven't seen anything that warranted me to have some sense of worry since he's walked in the door. Um, he's been rather blunt, transparent, if you will, with certain things, which I can appreciate. But I think to me, he won my trust with with his first couple of moves that we walked in the door. You know what I'm saying? By moving TJ Yates to the quarterback coach, you know what I'm saying, spot. You know what I mean? That right there, I'm like, okay, he gets it. He gets it. He gets it. Common sense. He gets it. You
A lot
know.
of people make moves. They make moves because they want to be the smartest guy in the room. So you would think a simple move like that every coach would want to do that, but like that's what it comes down to. Like some guys just want to be the center of attention, man.
And he said just the opposite. I don't want to be the smartest person in the room.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And then like I said, you have to put some legitimacy to the two chips he has under his belt. And I truly believe there's a shit defense wins championships, bro. Defense
Mm-hmm.
wins championships. Um, and I think the construction isn't over. It's just getting started. It's going to because I think there's a while before we see the light at the end of this particular tunnel, as far as the finishes, the finishing touches, if you will, on his defense. I think he has a long term plan. Um, you know, and I think he wants to take a large swing at the D word. And there are some ingredients, around, saying for that to happen. Um, I think we're in good hands. I have no qualms, no concerns, if you will, about this draft. Um, I like the running back pick.
McClellan.
You know, I like the running back pick.
Yeah, Jace McClellan out of Alabama. Very patient
Mm-hmm.
runs a lot like
Mm-hmm.
Devontae Freeman.
Mm-hmm.
He has the same skill set that Devontae Freeman has. Can catch out of the backfield, not very he's more quick and agile than he is fast.
Right. 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 You
But a
know.
very patient runner. Very patient runner.
I'm anxious and excited to see Zion, man. You know,
That's a big guy, 6'6". To
yes.
be honest, man, I think the Falcons are kind of they got an idea of what's gonna happen with Calais. I think he'll retire. Um, I haven't heard much out of Calais, so um,
And nobody's speaking. I mean, and Calais has a good brotherhood of, what I'm saying, homies around the league, and mom's the
that
word on
concerns me
Calais.
though. That concerns me that he's not speaking. So, in my opinion, I think he'll call it quits. But like I said, you just never know, man. Um, Falcons is in a position where they have the bodies to possibly, to replace him. I think Zach Harrison is that guy that's going to
Mm-hmm.
step into that spot and kind of replace him. But like I said, the Falcons going to be in a position where they're going to get after the quarterback, and they're going to make a difference. But how true do you believe the plan was the Falcons to get Penix in the second round? I mean, that's the thing. I believe that the Falcons wanted Penix a little lower. They wanted to trade down. But when you got other teams that are interested in that prospect, and teams know when there's a run on a quarterback or they really like a guy, they end up taking him. So I don't have a problem with it. The Falcons needed something for the future. So I'm not concerned with any of that. Uh, like I said, my thing is everything is up to chance. I think a lot of people just assuming because a guy's drafted in the first round, he's an automatic star. Like Michael Penix hasn't proven to be anything right now. All right, he didn't prove a damn thing. So if it was me, I'm taking Kirk Cousins over Michael Penix this year. Got to stop trying to crown guys before they actually got on the field, and crown guys whether it's positive or negative. They've yet to get on the field. We already trying to map out their career. Let
Now
them
that
freaking
right
see.
there, okay. See, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, yes, it's a good pick for the future, but I mean, there are some things that just cannot go, ignored. Okay, with this young man. If you saw the Arizona State game, the Washington State game, the UCLA game, um, you know what I'm talking about. The Indiana game, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, he has holes in his game. Okay. So running out here and okay, there are a lot of throws that he can make, but it's the little things that you can't do and mess around and get you in the game and you making big mistakes. Come on now. You know, him sitting on the clipboard, getting it filmed down, getting the reps in, getting, repetition on, good habits and things of that nature, that needs to happen. Player development breeds a sustainable product. You know, I'm just saying.
Indeed. Like I said, man, it's way too much. Oh, I like this guy. Oh, I don't like this guy. I don't like. Let him get on the field, and then we'll dictate on whether or not he's good or not. Like, oh, why'd you do this? And what if Root becomes another Grady Jarrett
Mm,
or a carbon copy of it? What if he? We always talk about, oh, what I don't like. What if he does? Why we talk about that?
right.
You talk about both aspects of things. You got to take into account injury. You got to take into account the team that he played, or the lack of team that, like, a lot of this stuff plays in the hand. Like, everybody be so quick to tell me what they don't like about stuff. No, and like I said before, we never said anything negative about the pick as far as as far as the pick with Michael Penix, my frustration, K Styles' frustration was like, all right, why the hell we just go out and get Kirk Cousins? Like I would have just went all out, traded up if I had to get Michael Penix, and I kept my $90 million, and then I'm adding weapons on the offensive line. I'm adding weapons on the defense. Like I would have spent my money that way. But like I said, that's how I would have done it. But the Falcons, they did it the way they did it. Ain't nothing I can do about it. But hop on board like I'm gonna do anyway and support.
So, well, Mike, let me ask you this then. I mean, because I've heard you say this repeatedly. So, um, would you have settled for a lesser deal than your asking price then? I mean, to get out of that spot. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, because I feel like that's the only reason that we made that pick. Right there, given the fact that nothing was graded, saying high enough on the defensive side. What would you took a deal lesser than what you were asking for as far as trading out of that spot instead?
Only if they felt like it was like the issue that a lot of people are focusing on, which is the tampering. But like I said, tampering has to be from what I understand, it has to be years in the making. It's not just a isolated incident. Well, you tampered. Like it has to be something that you had in protocol for quite some time. And to be honest, the Falcon didn't do anything on that other teams haven't done. So with that being said, it's like only if the Atlanta Falcons feel like they're going to be that first round pick is going to be taken away from them. I say trade, draft them, but that's only strategic on them having that first round pick taken away. But the Falcons don't. They're not behaving like a team that's worried about that. Like Philadelphia is just stocking a bunch of thirds and fourth picks. It seems like they know something is gonna happen. Um, the way they're behaving,
Mm,
like they're getting rid of a lot of guys on the defensive side of the ball. They drafted more corners. They drafted more younger defensive linemen. It's like they seem like something is about to happen. So like I don't. I don't think the Falcons are worried about it. That's just my opinion. I would have just drafted him. And I think the Falcons really just drafted him because that's was their guy.
right, right. Well, you know, he's here. I mean, honestly, my perspective, my standpoint is you got your black quarterback. You have a veteran quarterback as well. The defense was addressed. Why aren't you happy? Why is it? Why? Ask why. Vickittis is real. The strain is new, but it ain't new, but it's real. You know, I think he's gonna learn for this season, and hopefully it be enough. You know what I'm saying? Because it looks like the peer pressure is gonna get him pushed onto the field. You know what I'm saying? After this year, so praying for the best to come out of this situation. Honestly, in a perfect world, Dirty Kirk could play 2 years, and he'll be completely healthy and ready and fully astute of the quarterback position and hit the ground running like Jordan Love, like Patrick Mahomes. You know, um, that's my wish. You know what I'm saying, for this situation. Um, hey, the silver lining, the shit is done. It has happened. It's over with. Finally, it's over with. Okay, it's over with. We have a quarterback. We got two quarterbacks, matter of fact. You know what I'm saying? We got y'all double chocolate obsession taken care of. You know, it's gonna happen. You know, Freak Nick in the Beans for some of y'all is gonna happen. I'm just saying.
Somebody literally said it was like Freak Nick
Yes.
and the Benz with Michael Vick at quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Like we really doing that? I
Yeah,
don't remember
yeah,
seeing people bend over and touching ass like that in the Benz.
yeah.
Like I don't know what y'all were doing, but I wasn't when I attend game. That was not what was happening. Freak Nick and like huh? Where y'all was at? I don't remember going attending the not the Benz, but the dome. I don't remember those things happening there.
Ricky Smith said, I really feel like this was the best draft Terry had since he been here.
We'll see.
Yeah. Auntie says they got their quarterback and they addressed the piece on both sides of the line. Let the competition begin, ready for training camp.
Yeah, we will be there at training camp. So
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Yeah, you have a point there. Prove it. Yeah, yeah. Terry might be the NFL's most hated and most wanted right now.
want it dead or alive.
Right,
Want it.
right. Let's see, Georgia, Texas, boy. Who are the other three teams we play this season besides NFC South and East and AFC West?
I don't know. I have to
Mm,
get back at it.
right. I don't have the list in front of me, but I thought we'll get it up sometime or another. Mm, Auntie said last year's draft class was the best. I hate to say he get the training camp early.
Oh, we get there early. Trust me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Hey, but look though, for real, all right, for real. It was when I've been in these conversations about the quarterback position, and these fools are talking about Vic and their description. I've heard this on multiple and several occasions. It was when Vic was the quarterback. It was like Freak Nick in the dome, bro. Dead ass. So that's why we look and feel like we do about said culture. They're not concerned about what's going on the field, and we have a dude playing quarterback that'll get the women to come. We might have something to holler at. Nigga, you depend on the 95 quarterback for you to catch a chick. For real? That what we doing? We get Uzi like that. Oh, okay. All right. Well,
I'm crying ass Vikings.
I'm not even entertaining them right now.
Bitches ain't rebounded from 98. Get the fuck over it.
Right. There are some people that are still pissed off by 1998. I just, look, it happened. I'm like Shawn Michaels in Montreal right now. Okay, it happened. Okay, I apologize. We're sorry, but it happened.
Get over it.
Right. Yeah, man, Mad Monday. It's turning into a nice Monday outdoors. Uh, we have, gotten over the vittles of Mad Monday topic. I hope y'all ate pretty good. Um, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You told you we are this daytime thing, man. Monday through Friday. Yeah, me and the truth, the OGs. We wreck your shop on this daytime thing. Yeah, we got you covered, baby. We got you covered. But you got what I'm saying, you got the rest of the Lions coming through tonight. You know what I'm saying? They're doing their thing. Got some stuff going down. You know what I'm saying? Me and Truth will be back at y'all tomorrow at 1 with the OGs. Um, got another nugget for him, Senator, before we, slide out this door.
Got a video premiering is about 20 minutes long. Uh, I pretty much give my thoughts on each draft pick. So that'll be at about 105. Yeah, about 105. So stay tuned for that.
Right, right. Hey, and the clock is ticking on the Ready Back Black event. Get linked in, get locked in, get your invites in, get your RSVPs in, and all that good stuff. Be there, be square, but you better be there in your wedding black underwear.
Uh. The red and black underwear. Interesting. And they think I got problems. Don't y'all ever bring your ass in there with no damn red and black underwear. The police gonna be there, so we don't want y'all. We don't want y'all getting arrested. Okay? Don't listen to Sam.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! All right, y'all. This is the week after the draft week. The draft hangover. You had the truth. Then you had the Mad Monday. Y'all go out and enjoy the rest of your day. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real. Keep it dirty. Keep it A, but most importantly, keep it real with yourself. Make your next choice your best choice. This is your boy OGBigSam with the Senator Palpatine in the mix. And we'll holler at you, y'all. Peace.